So I wanted to take a quick second here to show how, as a principal, you could collect lesson plans using Google Classroom, as well as maybe show a slightly easier way for teachers to submit lesson plans as well. We've got a lot of folk in the district doing this, and there's been some glitches that have been popping up left and right, so I just want to bring this to folks' attention. This is a suggestion, this is not a mandate, but I still think it would help. So I'm in this class right here, and I'm the teacher of this class. So if this was a principal, this might be their class, Google Classroom that they're using in their buildings. And instead of hitting a create assignment to collect lesson plans, you want to hit create question. And the reason for that is when you create an assignment, teachers lose the editing rights or the control over their lesson plans. Sure, they can grab it back, but then you as a principal don't know if it's been turned in, not turned in, and it just leads to a bit of a mess. So if I hit create question, and you just put it in pretty simple here, put in the title, put in the due date, and down here you want to keep this as a short answer, but students can reply to each other. You want to turn that off because you don't want people responding to other people's lesson plans, and student can edit their answers. Go ahead and hit ask, and you can see here it is. It creates it as kind of a question assignment. I can see 2 of the students in my class have not completed it, 0 have it done. If I were to go here to pull up an example of one turned in, I could just pull it up right here. Test student turned in their lesson plan right here, and Terry Fitton has not. So you can quickly differentiate between who's turned this in and who's not. Again, what I'm going to show from the teacher side is they can go ahead and just submit their lesson plans as a link, and then they'll paste the link in here, and you can just, as a principal, come in, boom, see it, and see the Google Doc as it opens up. So that's sort of the quick way of seeing this. Okay, now I'm looking at this from the perspective of writing lesson plans as a teacher. And again, this is just a suggestion, not a mandate. But what might be easy to do is track all lesson plans in one Google Doc as opposed to multiple docs or multiple Word documents. And the reason for that is pretty simple. As you create your lesson plans throughout the year, a lot of times you want to find, hey, when did I teach that, or when did I cover that? And if it's in one doc, all you have to hit is Control F. And what happens right here is you just can search in your document for whatever it is that you want, as opposed to searching through 40 or 50 different lesson plan documents to try and figure out what it was that you were covering. Plus, you only really kind of have to turn this in once to your principal. So you can see right here what I've gone ahead and done is created all my lesson plans, and I'm always ordering it by the most recent week. So next week I would just end up adding a, pardon me, stupid calendar. Get back to the screen. But what I would do is make sure whenever I put my week of September 16, I would make sure it's a header 1 to differentiate, so I could just keep on building the most recent on top. So if I were to scroll down here, here's September 16, here's the 9th, here's the 1st, etc., etc. And I just kind of copied and pasted the Madeline Hunter lesson plan rubric. But your format for your lesson plans could be whatever it is that you use. But the key thing to remember is you're breaking it up by week or possibly by day. Now, here's kind of the key part for Google Classroom is you're going to go over here and hit the share button. And what you want to do is share it with your principal. So in this case, I'm going to put Z Vanderveen, give them editing rights. And what I wouldn't do is just notify people just to save your principal the headache of not having their inbox blow up. You can uncheck this and go ahead and hit OK. Click OK again, and it saves it. And if I were to go back up here, click on Advanced again, here's my shareable link right here. What I want to do is copy this. Done. And then pivot over to Classroom, and I have this question assignment that was posted, say, by my principal, and please turn in your lesson plans for September 16. All I would do was Control B, paste in that link I just copied, and hit Submit. Then, back in the principal view here of this test class, I'll see that it was actually submitted. There it is. It's the document that I just submitted, and I can open it up and look at it if I want, but there it is. So that's sort of kind of the quick and simple way that you could track this stuff. And I get that it's a little bit awkward for teachers to think like, well, I'm just creating this very long document, because you could end up, by the end of the year, you can end up with a 200-page document. But, I mean, why not? Is there any downside to it? In fact, I think the plus side is even better, because you can, again, hit that Control F to find information in your lesson plans to help modify and change for the following year.